Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash, Barakatah. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and salutations to Yakim out there pushing this word and truth. This is the Brother Raya with another video. I'm going to be giving an update on the Mark of the Beast, which is that RFID microchip, and the one world government that the elites are trying to bring about, though we know that the Most High is going to confound their plans to do so. And I'm going to start off with an article on safehaven.com, and the title reads, "Could Africa adopt a single digital currency?" Following a meeting of the African Union in Rwanda, where 44 countries gathered to sign the African Continental Free Trade Area Treaty, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa made a bold suggestion: a single currency for Africa. Ramaphosa's suggestion comes as part of a larger push for open borders and a more united world. Sounds like a borderless one world government. The idea was first floated in 1991 with the formation of the African Economic Committee, AEC, a full 8 years before the euro was introduced to the European Union. And real quick, where it says 1991, this reminds me of the Economist issue from 1988. Flashback 1988, get ready for a world currency by 2018, the Economist magazine. And we don't put dates to anything. This is just what this magazine speculated on. Get ready for a world currency. The phoenix, you've got it rising out of the ashes and all the currencies of the world burning underneath it. And I'm going to just go to the last little segment of it. The alternative, to preserve policy making autonomy, would involve a new proliferation of truly draconian controls on trade and capital flows. This course offers governments a splendid time. They could manage exchange rate movements, deploy monetary and fiscal policy without inhibition, and tackle the resulting bursts of inflation with prices and income policies. It is a growth-crippling prospect. Pencil in the phoenix for around 2018 and welcome it when it comes. So I'm going to go back to my article. So you can see this idea has been around for quite a while. The goals of the AEC were clear: free trade in a single market under a central bank. And notice how they always mention a central bank. And a lot of these central banks in these countries are controlled by the elite bankers like the Rothschilds and such, because contrary to popular belief, while the average citizen may think that their country is sovereign, the people that are at the top rub shoulders with the elites, and they're on board with the plans of the elites and get kickbacks and rewards from the elites if they enact their plans. So those people at the top, politicians and whoever's in the central banks of these countries, are working in tandem with the elites to get this one world government running. And as that saying goes, ordo ab chaos, these elites will play each country against each other so they can get the results that they want to lead towards their one world government. While the idea of a continent under one currency failed to materialize at the time, the need for such a platform is clear. Currently, there are over 40 different currencies in Africa, and many are struggling to maintain value. The continent has faced countless economic woes, with Zimbabwe being the most notable. In 2008, Zimbabwe saw its national currency soar to a staggering inflation rate of 89 sextillion %, leading to a confusing system utilizing South African rand, US dollars, UK pound sterling, Indian rupees, Japanese yen, Chinese yuan, and even Zimbabwe's own attempt at digital currencies, the Zolar, Ordo ab chaos. The idea of digital currencies is beginning to take off in Africa, with South Africa leading the charge. And as you know, a lot of European business is done primarily in South Africa. That's where they've still got a pretty significant foothold for now. With the downturn of the rand last year, the country saw a surge of interest in Bitcoin. Werner van Rooyen, an executive at Luno, South Africa's most popular Bitcoin exchange, noted, when there's a nosedive in, say, the exchange rate for the rand, you'll often notice a downtrend in other industries like the stock market or the housing market. Bitcoin has been found as one of the assets with the lowest correlation to other asset classes. Slakia brothers. While South Africa may be the continent's crypto hub, Bitmari and Avesta are two payment solutions companies looking to simplify Africa's currency conundrum. It's like I'm just reread that. While South Africa may be the continent's crypto hub, Bitmari and Avesta are two payment solutions companies are looking to simplify Africa's currency conundrum. Bitmari's most innovative product is a Pan-African Bitcoin wallet available in multiple languages, including a number of the continent's indigenous languages, allowing users to connect, transfer money, and send remittances throughout the world. Avesta, on the other hand, is racing to launch the continent's first crypto debit card. President Ramaphosa's suggestion, however, could take these startups' ideas to the next level, though instead of Bitcoin, these transfers could be made with a single African currency. Ramaphosa has not yet unveiled a plan for the currency, though there's a high probability that it will be digital. And it being digital, you're going from paper money, then to debit cards, then digital monies with Bitcoins, and what would be the next logical step to get a RFID chip in your hand, because that can't be as easily hacked as, say, a Bitcoin on the internet, for instance. He explained, "We will begin to interface with the idea and notion of a single currency, possibly even a digital currency, and it's possible that a digital currency will precede a real single currency because it is easier than having a proper full currency. The implications of a single African digital currency are vast. The idea could drastically simplify trade both within Africa and on the international level. Cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology are said to allow nations the opportunity to leapfrog into an even economic playing field. Africa is eager to give it a try." Ramaphosa is optimistic about the possibilities. It may take time, it may take years, but it's interesting that something that we never spoke about in the past, we are now talking about, because people always had a sense of sovereignty around their own currency, feeling that their currency is about their sovereignty, their nationhood, but people are now thinking beyond the borders of their own nation, that one world government, and where he said people always had a sense of sovereignty around their own currency, feeling the currency is about their sovereignty, their nationhood. That's only natural because that's how the Most High planned this whole thing to be. All of the 18 nations of the world in their own lands, with their own nations, identities, and currencies. But as we can see throughout history, there's always been a push for a one world government, which all goes back to the Tower of Babel. I'm going to go to Genesis chapter 11, start at verse 6. "And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they all have one language. And this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city." That's just how the Most High wanted it, because you have to know that every nation has a different spirit on them, and the Most High is only dealing with one nation and spirit of people, the Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and that's how the Most High plans to show his power to the world through his one holy nation of people, which when we go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6, it says, "For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy Most High. Yahweh thy Most High hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all the people that are upon the face of the earth." So now I'm going to show a little bit about how all the leaders of these countries rub shoulders with the elites, and this is just all them trying to push forward to that new world order. This South African President Cyril Ramaphosa showed up to the World Economic Forum, which I'll show a clip from real quick.
Had a wonderful session on South Africa, which was called South Africa Strategy, and it dealt with a number of issues that our country is facing right now. In the audience were cabinet ministers, but we also had a number of investors from all over the world. Some who have invested in the country and some who are thinking of investing in the country. And what they wanted to know is, where is South Africa going right now? And we informed them that South Africa is open for business. We are now on a path of renewal. We're on a path of uniting our people, uniting business, government, labor, and communities on key issues that the country has to address, which is unemployment, inequality, as well as the question of poverty. And
a one world government. And the World Economic Forum, which happens in Davos, which just passed in this January, is similar to the Bilderberg. I think the Bilderberg meetings where all the heads and the elites of the world get together to plan out how they're going to run the world for the next couple of years. And let's go to the theme for this year's World Economic Forum 2018, creating a shared future in a fractured world, a one world government through which would be easily manageable through a one world currency, which we know is what they're pushing for with that Mark of the Beast RFID chip, which brings me to Revelation chapter 13, start at verse 16. And he causeth all, South Africa, the United States, China, citizens and such, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that RFID microchip, and that no man, that includes everybody, might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you can see, brothers, with each passing day, these elites try to push more and more towards that one world government. But as we know, through the will of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, it's going to fail. And we hasten for them to push this chip, because we know after that, that's when Yahushai returns. So with this video, I hope you brothers are edified. Abba Ball. Until next time, Shalom.